142 subscribers. This is a very unique video for me. I have never done anything like that before. So obviously, when you see the structure of the assistant and the AI, if you watched any of my previous videos, you'll find the similarities. But it's very new in terms of this is kind of, a personal assistant, or no, just the conversational thing. I'm not even sure how to call it just yet. Maybe I'll create a name for the title of this video so you already know it. But basically, this is an assistant or an AI, a wiki that is based on certain podcast data from a guy called Greg Isenberg. I think this is the correct spelling and pronunciation of his name. Okay, so this is the guy. Actually, I already mentioned a few times that I'm a big fan of podcasts. Like, I watch everything on YouTube. I like one of my favorite podcasts is obviously, My First Million. These guys are awesome. And I, watch them on YouTube all the time. And especially when I'm on the road, I still need to see their faces, because I know that most people, maybe not most, like they have more views, I think, and listens on the podcast platforms. Some people just listen it, but I need to visualize how they look like, what are their expressions. So I'm a visual learner, okay? And I actually found the Greg not that while ago, maybe like a month ago, and I really like his approach because he's like basically sharing this is the podcast just related to startup ideas. And my favorite episodes from My First Million were when they actually, discuss different business ideas or interview people, and they come and like talk about what they have in their mind, what they would start if they have like more time or more like something more, right? Because they're pretty much busy. Okay, so and obviously one of the most popular series in Greg's YouTube is the series with Cody. So this is, the guy, he has a few startups from what I understood, and he just have a lot of different ideas, a lot of different topics to discuss, a lot of different things. So what I decided to do is to train the AI on all of the episodes with Cody on this podcast, as well as, some like the 4 latest episodes. So this is how the structure looks. Basically, we have Greg's YouTube channel, and then we kind of have 3 main data sets: transcripts, summaries, and personal data. So the transcripts are basically the automatic transcripts of the videos. One thing I want to mention, Cody has, a Swell AI startup. And I was actually using it. I'm not actively using it, but I signed up probably, a few days ago. I tried it. It's really good. And like I didn't want this thing to be similar. Plus, like I'm not gonna sell it, obviously. But like the startup is different because from like my basic understanding, since when you, let's say you created a podcast here, so you can share the link and like input it into the Swell AI, and they will create an article, blog post, and the content, and like even I think the videos for like a lot of different content, right, about this podcast. So what I was trying to do is create more like conversational experiences to talk to your podcast, something like that. But I think like these guys will add it anyway, so because it's really a great option. Maybe chat. Like I was not actually I was not actually checking it out, but what I like is that they have a really interesting and good transcribing process. So it's much better than just getting the auto transcriptions from YouTube, where you click on the video here and it gives you on the, if you scroll down, if it gives you the automatic transcript. So this is what we use. So we have I have got 4 videos for all the podcasts with Cody, and basically got the transcripts from this podcast and feed it into the AI. What I also did is, based on this podcast, I created a summaries. Obviously, not me. I prompt ChatGPT and Claude. You can see I did both of them. Then I like summarize them together and create for each podcast, create a short summary, because the transcript is one thing, but it's not as straightforward for AI to read than something like a summary, right? So we have transcripts, we have summaries, and we have personal data. Personal data is just public info. When I was like googling who is Greg Isenberg, and like I, all of them have, I believe, the websites, right? Uh, like the LinkedIn and the basic description, so that if someone asks, okay, so who's like Cody, and we'll ask something like that to check it out, so it gives us some sort of a reply. So we have all the podcasts with Cody. I think there are 4 in total, and we have the summaries of this podcast, right? Also 4. No, sorry. Yeah, so 4 summaries and 4 transcripts, but we also have 4 latest podcasts. So these 4 latest ones. So in total, we have 4 people involved in all of these videos. So we have obviously Greg, we have Cody, we have Natalie, and I also googled her and provided some of the information into the AI, and we have Jonathan. Awesome. So then it all goes back to the AI assistant as a knowledge base on the back end, and we also have the prompts, from ChatGPT and Claude to do something with this info. Let me show you how the system looks on the back end. So first, this is the knowledge base, right? Again, it's like very simple. Here are 17 data sources. As you can see, like the first one is just, I think it's just the copy of the transcript, and then this is the copy, and then this is kind of like a summary of this podcast. So we have summaries, we have this, and we have introduce concept. No, so let's get a summary about Natalie. So yeah, so this is about her and about co-founder of Late Checkouts. Yeah, so this is about Greg. Anyways, so let me actually show you how it works. It's very, very simple. Nothing too fancy here. So if we start this thing, we can chat with it. Like, hi, how are you? Some of the responses are based on, I think, ChatGPT 4.0, but when we are querying the knowledge base, it is, I think it's Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Yeah, so this is just some weird paragraph formatting. Anyways, just want to provide you the concept, right? So how are you? And we can say, I am like, I want to start a community. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, so instead of just community, think of the membership program. This is where you can bundle. So it's getting the information right from the previous episodes and when they were mentioning this thing. And one of the, I even created a thread on, not the thread, just the tweet about the episode, one of the latest episodes, when they discussed a teacher that is providing, a complex programs to other teachers to transit, like the transition process from one career to another, career 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 to another one. So if we say something like, I am a teacher, what can I do? Let's see what it gives us here. Hey, that's fantastic. You can start community looking to transition to new career. Sorry, think about the paid community. So as you can see, since it's mentioning the transition period, and let's actually remove the formatting so that it's easier to see. Because not sure why it's doing that. Okay, let's start from scratch. I'll go through the technical modules later on. Hi again. So what the question, like, give me some ideas for a startup, just to generalize. Let's see what it gives us, what it comes up. with. Sure thing. How about health tracking platform for pregnant women? Okay, social media insurance, protect influencers. Yeah, so this is for sure. Like, I'm not sure about this one, but the second one is actually the idea that they discussed with Natalie. But Jesus, I can like, is it? It's not Natalie. It's Natalie because there's a Russian name called Natasha and like Natalia. So I'm not sure how to spell it. Anyways, so how this is the actual idea from the podcast for sure. Not sure about this one. I guess so. So we can say, can you give me some ideas from Cody? Because when we created a summary, it like gives us the ideas that Cody was providing and was like explaining, and other ideas that was mentioned by Greg. So absolutely, Cody got some great ideas. How about creating a Chrome extension for a niche task? Maybe starting TikTok SEO service for local business. Both can super useful. Wait, but who is Cody actually? And you can obviously, tweak it to provide more in-depth responses. So this is the information about Cody. That's why I was like saying that there is a personal data. And we can, what else we can ask? Maybe Jonathan, maybe like um, give me some insights from Jonathan. Is it correct spelling? Jonathan? Like this. Let's see. Mixed things by living in different places. He spends a lot of time in Miami, goes quiet places, and like, guys, I have no idea if it's accurate. I hope so, Jonathan. Sorry if it's not, but like that's not about. It's not up to me, right? So it's getting the info. I think it should be correct. I heard about something about Miami. How about using the ideas for a startup, maybe platform that house digital nomads, find the places. Uh, yeah, okay, so I think you got the idea. Let me actually show you on the back end how it looks. By the way, if you want to get this template, one thing I would mention. So if you want to get this template, it's free. Obviously, go to my description, sign up, like give me your sign up for the newsletter, and I'll give you access to my hub with all this info. But like, I would love to publish a final version, that all people can chat to, even if they like don't have Voiceflow, so that they don't need to set it up. But like, I mean, this is kind of like a public data, obviously. I'm not sure if it's correct. Maybe we can like I'll like today I'll create an X tweet explaining this thing in a short video. So we'll see if any of them will reply and will give me a consent to publish this thing. Like I'll guys, like I have 4 followers, so I don't think that there are a lot of people who will actually watch it. But like I just don't want to publish this thing and make it like public. So like the template I think is good enough for you. So if you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with all the softwares like Voiceflow. Anyways, so this is just the greeting, and this is the actual custom function. So obviously on the Voiceflow, you have an ability to call, as you can see, like for example, set AI. So you can call a knowledge base with a prompt. So like set the variable, and this is like the block is set variable. So instead of providing this response to the user, it's actually saving this variable into the response, into saving this response from the knowledge base into the variable kb response, and then providing it to the user. Anyways, so what I was saying is that we can do this natively inside Voiceflow, but there is an option to do the same thing but with a custom function. So if you go, you'll actually see it in this project if you copy it. So this is the custom function, and the idea for this custom function is similar thing, right? So we input, so we have the Voiceflow API key. You can find it in the integrations, and we have the last utterance user question basically, and then it outputs clean chunks. So it's basically we are querying the knowledge base and getting the response. So like it's more technical. There are some use cases for it, in like to use this custom function instead of using the native block. It's basically the same thing, but the custom function is a bit more flexible. Anyways, so like I did it here just for you. You can obviously just delete this one and keep only this part. So the idea here is that this is what we ask the AI to do. Your goal is to answer the question. So in our case, let's say I want to start a community. So these are the rules. This is the important one. This is the chat history. As you can see, after each response, we are saving all the chat history into the memory, so that Voiceflow has their own memory that they save, but it's limited to 10 like occurrences. So that's why we use a custom function for memory. Go watch my previous videos where I explain how it works. So we have kind of the memory and we have the information from the knowledge base. So this is the main prompt where there's a user question, like I want to start a community, the rules, the history with the talking with this customer and with this user, like what he was mentioning, so that AI understand the context, and then the knowledge base information from here. So this is the same last occurrence, like I want to start a community. We are querying the knowledge base, saving the response to KB response, but instead of like displaying it right away to the user, we actually provide more context and provide like this variable also as a part of this context, and then actually providing it to the user. So I was not override. No, so this is the prompt settings, GPT 4.0, but for the knowledge base, I was not overriding prompt settings. What I was, doing, so you can set it up here, as you can see, Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So because in this case, I found that Sonnet is better than 4.0 for like understanding the context of the transcripts. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I want to say peace. Go download this template if you want. Thanks for watching again. Okay, sorry.